I'm Sandu Chi with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's President Taiwan says regional security and the economic order are under threat from expansionist authoritarian regimes. Tai made the comments at the opening of the Yushan Forum, an event organized by the Taiwan Asia Exchange Foundation aimed at developing ties between Taiwan and like-minded partners in the Indo-Pacific. James Chater was there.
This is the 6th annual Yushan Forum, a Taiwanese-led regional dialogue aimed, its organizers say, at tackling issues of economic security in the Indo-Pacific. The Yushan Forum was conceived alongside Taiwan's new southbound policy, a strategy aimed at expanding Taiwan's trade ties with Indo-Pacific countries and reducing economic dependence on China. At the opening, Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen said regional democracies must create new economic frameworks.
Our region's security and economic order are threatened by the expansionist ambitions of authoritarian regimes and their coercive tactics. To ensure the peace, stability, and prosperity of the Indo-Pacific, we need a new regional framework that advances collaboration between like-minded democratic partners.
Tsai's comments come after Taiwan's Deputy Economic Minister warned earlier this week that it was unrealistic for Taiwan to completely decouple from its largest trading partner, China, which also claims Taiwan as part of its territory. Beijing has previously criticized Western calls to reduce supply chain dependence on China as weaponizing trade. That geopolitical context and tense ties between China and Taiwan coloring leaders' remarks at the Yushan Forum.
Delegations from all over the world continue to visit Taiwan. This is a sign of the strong sense of crisis felt among countries around the world that the Taiwan Strait is a hotspot.
At the dialogue, 31 speakers from countries including Japan, the US, India, Australia and New Zealand. Taiwan only has 14 diplomatic allies and is not a member of the United Nations. And so the country places extra emphasis on events like this, where corridor conversations between regional leaders are seen as a way of strengthening Taipei's ties with the region.
Types of people who are coming together and talking about Taiwan and how to include Taiwan better in the rule-based international order. So I think this is why this is one of the important reasons for these platforms to be conducted.
Voiceless in many international organizations, Taiwanese officials at the Yushan Forum use the opportunity to make their position clear, that they want democracy to be the basis on which regional trade ties are built. Asnaya Zhou and James Chater for TaiwanPlus.
The head of the United States de facto embassy in Taiwan says U.S. President Joe Biden's recent pledges to defend Taiwan don't represent a change in policy. At the forum organized by the think tank Global Taiwan Institute, James Moriarty said that U.S.-China policies remain the same, but China's threats towards Taiwan have grown. He said Biden's 4 recent statements that the U.S. would defend Taiwan from an attack are in line with the Taiwan Relations Act. That's the law that defines the ties between the U.S. and Taiwan.
The original documents make it clear that we would have to do something if there's an attempt to change Taiwan's status by force. That is, in a nutshell, what the president was saying.
After years of wrangling, the Taiwan Power Company and the Taichung government have come to an agreement on the fate of the central city's power plant. Eric Gao looks at what's in store for the facility.
A consensus is reached. After over 2 years of discussion, the central city of Taichung and the state-owned Taiwan Power Company have agreed on how the city's coal-fired power plant will be developed in the future.
中央答应台中市政府，他们燃气机组盖好以后，就可以拆燃煤机组。那我们的这样的一步是好。 让你先盖燃气，然后呢，我们再来拆燃煤哈。那各取所需，那已经达成协议。
Tai Power, though, says the agreement isn't a breakthrough, and this was the company's plan all along.
台电公司这边的规划，我的燃气1号机商转以后，隔年我们就会把那个烧煤的1号机、2号机呢，我们就会把它除役跟拆除。我们已经慢了，所以慢的原因就是台中发照发得太慢。 所以这个都 delay 了，
The new gas-powered generator is now slated to begin operation in 2025, with the coal-fired generators to be taken offline the following year. The switch to gas is meant to help reduce air pollution in the central city. The power plant is the fourth largest of its kind in the world, and also one of the most polluting. Political opponents are taking Mayor Liu to task for letting the coal-fired generators keep operating, as she campaigned in 2018 on a platform to reduce the city's air pollution.
空气其实数字就知道了啦，这个PM2.5浓度在林市长最后一年，在台中在22个县市当中排名11，那卢市长做了4年之后，现在排名是第12，所以这样的空气品质大家可以接受吗？这个不但没有进步，还倒退。
Liu and Tsai are facing off in November's local elections, and the winner will get to reap the benefits of this generator decision. Damon Lin and Eric Gao for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's National Day weekend is about to begin, and preparations are well underway for the much-anticipated parade in front of the presidential office. As Rick Lauert reports, the final rehearsals on Friday gives a sneak peek of how Taiwan wants to position itself.
Hundreds of soldiers, singers, dancers and other performers here in front of Taiwan's presidential office are putting on the final touches for this year's National Day Parade on October 10. For Taiwan, often denied a voice on the global stage due to pressure from China, it's a chance to showcase its military, to project its culture and define its geopolitical position.
台湾就是很美啊，很美的宝岛，它有把各个台湾的那个文化都展现出来，我觉得很棒。
我对国家将来很有希望，我希望我们这个国家会越来越好这样子。
This year's theme is defending the nation together, and the celebrations come at a time when China has ramped up its military threats to invade Taiwan, which it claims as its own. The 2-hour parade includes flyovers by the nation's Air Force, rifle drills from the elite honor guard, an appearance from the Taipei Municipal Fulin Elementary School baseball team, which came third at the Little League World Series, and traditional religious performances from temples in Taiwan South. But it opens with singing and dancing from Taiwan's indigenous community.
如果我们全世界看到我们的表演，会看到台湾原住民的非常优美的文化，非常优美的歌舞，非常优美的服装，然后看到这个土地上有原住民是一个文化的一个族群。
For the first time, a performance by a school band from Japan, a country that has grown closer to Taiwan under a shared sense of threat from China. Just months ago, China launched a series of live fire drills around Taiwan in response to a visit by US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. The most important part of the National Day event is a speech by President Tsai Ing-wen, in which she will lay out her vision for the country. In previous years, she has maintained that Taipei was still open to talks with Beijing. But last year, she only said that Taiwan will not bow to pressure from China.
如果能够继续维持和平，然后希望总统能够有更明确的告知全世界，然后可以帮助台湾，然后让中共跟我们现在就维持现状，一定是最好的。谢谢。
The military display and the showcase of local culture here shows how this government wants the world to see Taiwan. But it's the words that President Tsai Ing-wen delivers on October 10 and the actions she follows them up with which will define the country's future. Rick Yi and Rick Lauert in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, today we leave you with images of the Kyoto Tachibana Senior High School Band. They have been invited to perform at Taiwan's National Day ceremony on October 10. I'm Sandu Chi. Take care and see you next time.